touch me, touch me, touch me. I like the way she fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Hit it, hit it, hit it, drop. Hit it, hit it, hit it, drop. Alright guys, getting on the bus. Alright, get on. Hop on. Baby's ready, I'm ready.
You'd be perfect for those commercials. First baby, then second baby.
Oh yeah. First baby, second baby.
That's going to get you with 3 days for the price of one.
We on here.
You're going to be here more than one day?
We're gonna go everywhere today.
That's $10
Everywhere.
So I'm going to take you over to where the trolley tours begin. That's at the old depot.
Okay.
Right by the old jail. So you're starting your day off at the old jail.
Old jail.
Yeah, that's stop number 1.
Alright.
So the trolley tours begin at 9 o'clock in the morning. They leave every 15 minutes, so there's always a trolley downtown. You'll never have to wait more than 20 minutes at the most. Now, one loop around the city, if you don't get off, it takes an hour and 25 minutes, but we do have 23 stops.
Okay.
So you can hop on and off all day long. You can be here tomorrow as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, right. Good. Very good. So today, you might want to just do a loop around and get an idea of the layout, and then plan the rest of your day, and then all day tomorrow from that.
Well, we looked at Alligator Farm.
Okay, the Alligator Farm, we have a courtesy shuttle
we're
for
gonna be
that.
back.
And the town as well.
What
I
you
always
looking
like to
at?
tell people about the free
Cosplayer?
things. It makes things so much nicer.
Casa Clear?
Stops 12 and 13 are two of
What
our
you
most
looking
popular
at?
stops. 12 is our distillery and 13 is our winery. Both of those have free tours and they give you free samples. So go check those out.
You're looking at nothingness.
Yeah.
Nothingness.
All of our churches, those are open and free to the public.
You see me?
We're the big
Huh? Do you see me?
Then you've
You
got
gonna
the
smile?
Mission Grounds where the big cross is. There's a museum on that property. That was free. The old governor's house is right down in the plaza area. It's right across from the cathedral of the
And you still staring.
There's a museum in there. That is also free.
Nothingness.
And then we're bringing you over to stop number 1.
You really
inside of our
for the
gift shop
trolley?
called Gator Bob's.
Huh.
Inside there, you've got the St. Augustine History Museum, and that's included in the cost of your ticket.
Okay.
So go ahead and check that out. It's just a self-guided little tour.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We're going on a trolley.
So we got a couple free places we can just go
Yes.
in and just go to the next step.
You can be here all day.
Oh look, another trolley.
Free train. Something else we would
So this is stop number 1. This is where you guys need to make sure you get back to.
Ooh,
The old prison.
look at the
Old
trolley.
jail, yes.
This is the
Same
old
with people
jail.
who built this jail 3 years later, they built Alcatraz over in California. That guy knew how to build prisons.
The horrors. The old town jail. Like, looks like a
Stop number
western.
16 down in the plaza is what we call our beach bus, and that will take you over the Bridge Alliance to Anastasia Island, where they have the Alligator Farm or the Lighthouse that we can drop you off at. They leave stop number 16
Look
on the
at the
half hour of every
trolley.
hour. They start at 8:30 in the morning. The last one heads
That
over
is
there
what
at
we're
4:30.
gonna be on in a few.
But I would not go any later than 2:30, or you're not going to have enough time to get back here for the last trolley of the day. You'll be stuck out there on the island.
Old town.
And all of you have tickets.
Oh,
You don't
dear.
need, or you don't. You guys have the ticket stub. So you guys will need to go up to the ticket booth over here and show them
Alright,
that ticket. They'll
guys.
get you
About to
for
show
2
them our
days.
ticket.
Inside our gift shop, Gator Bob's, you also have the St. Augustine History Museum. That is complimentary, so go check that out. Public restrooms are in there, a little snack bar, all that stuff. And then the trolley depot's
Alright,
right behind
guys.
us.
Look at her.
Taking her to prison. Let me get you.
Yeah. I had took a picture.
Turn it around. Oh, you zoomed it all the way in.
Oh, because I was zooming out in. I'm in prison.
That's what it looked like you really is in. That match you.
Going to the ticket booth.
Huh?
I said going to the ticket booth.
Where's the ticket booth?
Must be right.
Do we have to? No, this is a ghost.
Hi. Is
How
this
you
where
doing?
we come if we pay for our tickets
I
online?
think we gotta go on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it?
What'd you buy online?
The
Trolley?
trolley.
I just need to see your tickets.
Okay. Ooh, we got food in there.
Picture of it?
I downloaded it.
Where's the paper?
I
You didn't print
didn't
it?
have no reason.
Oh, okay. Just leave that. Everything clean.
She couldn't print it out.
Next engineer, sometimes they tell you.
She broke out of prison. I'm gonna wait for her to go up in here. We don't want to let her miss out on what we're gonna see. So yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, this isn't usually.
So,
All right, we just got our tickets and stickers and a guide, and our baby is asleep. She's not gonna know anything if she's asleep.
this is your. Oh my God.
Why is it just a story? He's like, oh, let's
Look at this alligator.
Look at the little baby outfit. Wow.
I don't
I
want to
just made
jinx
9
you.
months on the inside. Wow.
I don't want to jinx you. That's jinking. Got food.
No, I'm not.
Gator.
Rocks are not special for St. Augustine.
Look at all the alligators.
I had one of these for my dad when I was
Get up. Get up.
sleepy baby.
Look at the alligators. Get up. Get up. I'm gonna make a hole so she can get up. Put her sticker on it. Yeah.
Bam.
Get up.
She's just so tired.
It's not working.
She like, leave me alone.
Get up.
I think loud places put her to sleep.
I think that is true. Wait till we go to somewhere quiet, which I don't think that'll ever happen. I didn't see it on me.
The boobies.
Shock you.
Oh look,
Ships in the bottom.
you usually have a big one. I think those things take forever to do. Let's see what kind of food we can get.
Ice cream. Cookies.
I take some for grub.
All right, guys.
Look at this. Look how high that is. $3.99. Wow. This store is expensive and I love coming.
Well, guys, we're gonna go wait for our trolley. So, I'm looking at all of this. This look like cheesecake. I know, I saw the samples. I was gonna wait.
I'm gonna
Okay,
sample this,
go ahead.
but I don't know what it is. It's like a birthday cake or something.
She like it. I don't. Okay.
Oh wow, there's more.
Why look like he getting hit? Serena. He sleep. Never saw one of these in real life. Mirror.
Do you have a penny?
Restaurant's right there.
Wow, look at this.
I was 6 little down when I was 5-ish.
Hey, I think I have a penny.
We need to get told.
It's in my purse.
You want a penny?
Yeah, so I could get her a thingy. Like at the zoo. You never did that at the zoo?
I think I did it a long time ago. Gotta get the sleepy one. Hopefully that would have woke up, but apparently somebody doesn't want to get up. This is not working.
Which one?
Got a penny?
Yeah. Which one? Insert. Oh,
What?
I gotta put 50 once in there.
Gotcha.
Whoa!
Do I get 3 of them?
I have no clue. What is this?
I love quarter. Fortune for quarter. I love
Dude,
me
this
a
one.
quarter. I read your palm. Fortune for quarter. I love quarter.
You got a quarter?
Fortune for quarter. I love
I
quarter.
forgot that we used all my change.
Sure did. There's a lot of machines.
Why don't you back? That's good. Wait, I want to.
Look at the fans. It's really a fan.
Wow, it really is.
Let's go. I hate this song. We'll try this. This is really cool. Oh my gosh. Are we waiting for the recorder? No. No. Stop it. No, don't do it. Honey, don't do that. Mommy, you can put your recorder in there.
Huh?
Go right up.
Yeah, I got you. Guess that's the end. That's the bathrooms that way.
Come do it. Fine.
What about this door?
I don't want to do it.
This says door is not to go in.
No.
Or is it? It's like, wow, this is like a. Wow, let's get it. She's already going super fast. I can't say me and a baby because it's me. Ooh, all the things they used to kill people with. Y'all can pause it if y'all want to. I can let y'all get that whole readable way of seeing what happened. at all the money.
To a place where wooden ships roam. High seas, without adventure and drama. Spanish sailors returning with treasures from the New World. Chart their vessels north through Florida's Gulf Stream. In the distance,
You want me to stand in front of a boat and I'm trying to record?
flowering.
Well, you can record and get a picture at the same time.
Hiding within
What is this? A cheer? I know that's the top of the
That's
boat.
the the top of the boat.
Spain is the most powerful country in the world. They establish a world trade route, and Spanish fleets bring merchandise from the old world to the new. The return trip sees treasure-laden convoys with gold.
Was this really a ship?
And precious gemstones from Mexico and South America. So filled with treasure, these
I was on the ship.
deep
I was born and raised by myself. And who's can go down? And who's can go
things
down?
that lurks on the open seas. Pirates, English privateers,
She's taking pictures.
corsairs, and buccaneers
On my phone.
eye the rich Spanish galleons, stalking, waiting for nothing
Hey.
to cover their approach.
Let me
They
record
watch for a
and
strike
hold
when
the
the
baby.
ship separates
I dare you to
from
lift
the
it.
convoy.
I dare you to lift it.
What you mean?
You don't read the sign?
And attack.
It's a.
But the swift ship of the privateers overtakes the galleon. It maneuvers
What you mean?
alongside.
Dare me to lift it?
don't read it?
66 pounds?
Lift it if you dare.
Why? Why?
Good.
Is it heavy? Did you
Yes.
try it?
I tried it with one hand.
Did it work?
Oh, you can lift it. You just can't lift it over the bars.
If they lose the battle, the treasure is plundered. They face certain death.
This is silver?
Yeah.
Dreary and injured and certainly vulnerable to another attack.
You lifted it.
For this time,
How do you feel?
the Spanish
feel
succeed in
the same.
warding off the pirates.
Wow.
Why? What is it supposed to make me feel like?
Yet,
Nothing. It just says dare.
the seas
Lift if you dare.
clear.
Can you get it out?
And fish
No.
swim close to the top.
That's
Is
why
it
they
real?
have bars on
Is
it.
it real silver?
It must be
That's like real silver because that's really
authentic silver bar.
heavy. Heavy, like it's really heavy.
It is. Here you go. I got the baby. Get her diaper.
This time is a dreaded hurricane.
Get her diaper.
There is no turning.
Got it, sir. We got to make sure that we don't miss another
Oh, it's
trial.
probably been tested. Oh, look. No guns, no spitting, no kissing.
What I say that?
No guns, no spitting, no kissing.
That's the agitator in it, and this agitator went back.
Fuck shit down, motherfucker.
Wow. Please do not touch
Put
her.
it down here where you could sit down and run.
That was
So you have two
exactly
choices
What?
to run it.
Wow.
And then that
A little washboard.
closed doors. where you
A hole in a
put the
chair with a
lid
pot is
and
toilet
put it
back in the day.
backwards, and you would take
Where
the
can you
clothes
learn
out
to speak
with
cracker?
your boys, and then you had to take them out and
Don't make me no never mind.
Don't make me no never mind.
Don't make me no never mind.
Come on, get in front. Stop getting behind. You was already in front. Don't get behind me now since I got the baby. Don't make me no never mind. Don't make me no never mind. Hey, look at the guns. You missed them. The guns and the swords and stuff. You don't see the knives and stuff, the guns, the armor for the heads and stuff.
I see it. These people look real.
It probably is real. Oh, you said the people. So you think that man is real? How about he really move and hit you? Look, get off of me! Hey, daughter, y'all too,
You're a pirate.
you know how that's how they used to talk something like that.
Look at the little hut.
Come look there, like, get me out of here. Cut the boy, yeah, tell it off, I say. Yeah, that's the boy. Nice horse.
Collection of Catholic ornaments a distinctive collection of personal ornaments, different kinds of glasses, ceramics, and other exceptional items.
Look at this big penguin. He ain't rich. Look at the guns and stuff. What is this? Let's get y'all the opposite way so you can see it. Bam. Oh, these was boats that was built, I guess. Unless that was like roll call and stuff. School. Is this a train?
Yes, I pushed the button on the train.
Holy crap.
I said when you get over here, you're gonna be amazed.
Look at that. That's a train moving. Through the whole city. I gotta show you how the whole city.
It's two of them.
Gotta show them the first city first.
128 miles across the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Crossing swamps, dodging hurricanes that threaten each year.
I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Said Thomas the train. You got the sign that say Florida East Coast Railroad?
That one was Florida East Coast Railroad. Pretty sure they heard you. Is it going in reverse?
Yeah.
This is so tight. This one is so cool.
It says push button thunder. Push the button. Wow. And this one says push button wood.
What was the woods?
Press
Push button woods.
woods didn't do anything.
I guess that's the woods.
Is that the woods? Nope. Push button for the crane. Oh wow.
Oh, I see it. So press the button.
Oh wow.
What?
It's a little man chopping wood.
Oh, I see him.
Wow.
They don't want to get his view. Come on, get a good view of this, man. It's like the best I can get right there. There's the train.
All right, push button for a hotel. Oh wow.
I had it right on.
All right, push button for sound. You gotta hold the button, I guess. Oh, I guess that's already making a sound.
Yeah, I guess that was a train.
All right, push button for trolley. I can't get the trolley. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Don't that remind you of that?
Yes, it does. The trolley, wow.
Oh wow, we missed all the other ones. Push button for water tower.
Wow. The little black thing came down.
Let's see if it go back up. It's running out of water, you heard it?
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. All right, push button for farmer cows.
Wow, that's the cows back there. Are they moving? Yeah, it is moving. I know I saw it move.
And the farmer. The farmer watering.
Where you at?
Over there.
I see it. Let's see. Wow.
That's all the buttons.
Yep, that's all the buttons. Guys, that was really nice. Oh, entire bike though.
Their bikes back in the day.
Oh, that looked like the first bike that was ever invented or something.
Look at the electric chair.
This was Priz's.
Hey, we gotta put our stickers on. We haven't even put our stickers on. I'm gonna put your sticker on you. Boop bam. Upside down. Boop bam.
Messing up my.
Now your turn to put my sticker on me.
Gotta make sure she there.
Ow! I did not hit that hard.
It's on you.
And it's on right, not wrong. Now go ahead. Get out of my building. Don't make me no never mind. These people look real over here too.
For armored Spanish conquistadors, and treacherous pirates roamed the open sea.
All right. Okay, guys, we're leaving and we're going to get on our tour.
Trolley.
We'll be back.
Most wanted.
Oh, now we're outside. All these people are most wanted. Somebody's thirsty. Need me to carry the baby? Apparently she didn't want me to carry the baby.
Oh, wow.
Breaking out of jig. This is what they used to be in.
You gotta turn that way.
You gotta turn like this.
I think we could go in the house.
I don't know. No.
Oh, you can't?
It's the chain on
Oh,
it.
yeah, I see it. Watch this.
The trolley's here.
It is?
Yes, sir. Come on, do what you gonna do. No, do it. Go ahead, go ahead. Ah, why the baby gotta be on that side? Huh? Yeah, you switch it around. I want her to take you to jail. Yeah, there we go. Her hand in the way.
She's so sleepy. I can't do it that way.
There we go. Just put her hands down and go ahead, put your face through it. Gotcha. She was sleeping while taking you to jail. Okay, guys, we're going to get on our trolley now before we miss this one. Let's hurry up and get there. All right, guys, when we get on the trolley, coming back. Okay, guys, we're now on the tour. Right?
Yep, on the trolley.
All right. This is going to be actually real fun. She's one.
Oh my. My grandson's
Welcome to Old Town Charlie. My name is
10
Titus.
months. Wow.
Raise your hands in the air like you just don't care. I just gotta do a mic check. All right, raise your hands. All right, let's hear some cheering out of you. Woo! All right. Again, my name's Titus. If you forget Titus, at least Mr. T is the old jail. We're now departing Charlie stop number 21 for On Time Titus.
Did you say 21?
As I said, the old jail to my right. By the way, we are the very oldest continuously occupied European settlement.
Have a great afternoon, all
All right.
Nation to the right is the old jail, established 1891. Poly, P-O-L-Y, Poly Jail Company went on to build Alcatraz. Therefore, I call that the 1800s version of Alcatraz. But Alcatraz didn't have a scary monster of a man that was 6'6", 350-pound Sheriff Joe Perry.
So there's my great sheriff Perry. On the right is where the
It was
sheriff
so
was.
incredibly scary. My goodness. If that wasn't intimidating enough, the manly portable convict car was so much worse. It would stick you out there 12 hours or longer, 100 degrees or hotter, on what's called the chain gang. See right there behind me to the right? People would regularly die from overworked, underappreciated lack of food and water. And if you would escape, you'd escape into a home. It's where we get the term home free from. You can enjoy those nice Spanish moss mattresses in the old mainly portable convict car. Chiggers and red bugs would eat out of the mattress right underneath your skin. Good luck, don't let the bed bugs bite. The illustrious Raymond Ray Charles attended Florida School for Deaf and Blind a few blocks further.
It's like we're moving.
Only age 7 to 14. You see, he stopped early because he was so busy working on his voice and piano that he was always skipping class. My friends say, come on, it's Raymond Ray Charles. He just had George on his mind. 2 blocks to the right on Ponce de Leon US 1, 100 runaway escaped slaves in 1783. And then up down here, the Roman Catholic Spanish governor said, I'll do you a good deal. If all the men and women join the Roman Catholic Church and all the men join the local militia of the army, I'll let you stay. Eventually, there were so many escaped slaves, it was used as the first line of defense for anyone attacking St. Augustine. If and when you exit backwards ladder style.
We're at the second.
Raise your hand if you have a National Parks Pass. If you have a National Parks Pass, Fort Mosaic Museum is absolutely for free. It's 2 miles to my...
On the road again.
Just Charlie stop number 2. Does anyone want to get off here? All right, again, my name is Titus, or Mr. Titus, Mr. T. We're going to begin at the very beginning, 42 years before the English settlement of Jamestown, 55 years before the Christian Dutch settlement called the Plymouth Rock. We were here. Despite what your best friend told you, we were first. Everyone knows the little ditty in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Yeah, I don't care. What about the next year, 1493? Columbus took his second journey. He took none other than Don Juan Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon did so well as first mate, he then became first governor of Puerto Rico. The local indigenous natives taught him about the island of Bimini, another Caribbean island. They said, come on, Ponce, if you drink of the legendary waters, it'll grant you eternal youth. When he set sail, he was blown way off course, and he missed the island of Bimini and found youth. I don't know how you can miss the found youth. It's written right there in giant letters. Nevertheless, he did find us. The sun was shining, grass green. The flowers were sprouting so beautifully. He named us, or it inspired him to be reminded of Pascua de Flores, or Feast of Flowers. So he named us La Florida, or Land of Flowers. We liked the word Florida so much, we kept it. He also discovered the Gulf Stream, a very fast, warm-flowing stream of water, about 100 miles off the coast of Florida. Those are 3 words that made his blood boil. Therefore, he picked his deadliest Roman Catholic admiral at sea, Pedro Menendez, who landed right there. He came over here for 3 reasons: to get rid of the French, start a Roman Catholic Spanish colony, and Christianize the local Indian natives called Timiquas. After celebrating their first Christianized Mass, they then marched north. They did hit a terribly deadly storm, but At the time, they were on land. The storm was still pretty small, so they could easily march right through that storm. They then easily overtook the lightly guarded Fort Caroline. They said, uh-oh, I think they must have known we were coming. Yet they missed us, which was true. Those French Protestant Huguenots got wind they were coming, and they tried to overtake St. Augustine and kill everyone, but that small storm turned into a deadly hurricane. That same storm that hit the Catholics heading north, hit the Protestants heading south. Therefore, they are beached, stranded, marooned on Anastasia Island. When Pedro Menendez caught up to him, he asked him one important question. He said, "Are you Catholic?" They said, "No, we are French Huguenots. We are Protestant and proud of it." He slit their throats so fast they spun. 100 tried to convert. Pedro Menendez counted the food, said, "Sorry, buds, we're all out of food." He slit all their throats and threw them into the Bay of Dancing Dolphins. That's why it was switched to matanzas, which is Spanish for massacre, killing place, or slaughter.
Oh, wow.
Don't you worry, 21 years later, a Protestant by the name of Sir Francis Drake, a privateer, and 2,000 more privateers attacked and burned down the then wooden fort, scattered the local indigenous natives into the swamp. Since then, we've been a Presidio walled city, made out of dirt, palm logs, and these mature yucca plants in front of me called Spanish bayonets. Most people call them Spanish bayonets because they sort of look like it. They're long, tall, strong, thin, rigid, and sharp. I guess sort of like P-Hell. And they sort of look and have the form of a Spanish bayonet. The Cubo 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 line ran from the water behind me up to the water in front of me where the second stop sign is in front of me. There used to be water starting about right there. The Rosario line ran from the middle of this intersection all the way to the left down the road until it also hits water. They were both made out of dirt palm logs.
Never heard that. Burger Bucks.
For added protection, they also absolutely had
Wax Museum.
Readouts. This is the only vehicle called the Sons of Domingo readout. It was manned around the clock with Spanish soldiers, cannons and cannonballs. Today, in front of me is a school office, but in 1910 it was the 1910 Orange Street School. Teachers would get paid 20 bucks a month. The drivers, 20 bucks a month. The drivers had a much scarier job than the teacher. You want to guess why? The drivers took their own personal private one-horse open carriages out to the deadly, dangerous swamps. Why was it so scary? Because that giant green monster in front of me, that green thing called the alligator. Speaking of which, this was donated by today's local citizens and the residents, and the generosity of their hearts, we call it the Swing Project, get it? Because you're swinging on the swing. It also says Swing Project. Here to my right is the historic downtown parking facility. Wait a second, did it say historic? There's nothing historic about it, but if you glance down there, you can imagine a building that looked almost identical. 1883, Isaac Croft, a wealthy Boston merchant and builder, attempted to build one of the world's largest wooden hotel. Well, it was certainly Florida's largest. Those three giant tower spires could be seen a dozen nautical miles or 15 land miles out to sea. It was complete with steam heater, Otis elevator, Broadway style heater with lights, footlights, prop scene changes, Otis elevators are still used around the world to this day, attracting the world's two greatest and richest oil tycoons, John D. Rockefeller and Mr. Henry Flagler. They both brought their wives as well. For Flagler, it was his second wife's honeymoon. Not second honeymoon, but second wife's honeymoon. He was so busy, he took it 1 year late. Nevertheless, it was immediately burned down in an arson attack that was never completely figured out. But I know what happened. St. Mark's giant wooden hotel, well, it was made of wood. Speaking of wood, directly in front of me is made of coquina, limestone, and shells. Limestone and shells. Crushed shells and limestones. It was built from Roosevelt's New Deal to help a sluggish economy during the Great Depression in what's called WPA Works Progress Administration. Today it houses a very beautiful museum, a giant ancient Spanish ship, attraction discounted tickets including Ghost and Gravestone. If and when you exit backwards, only to the left, backwards, ladder style hanging onto the uprights. My tip to you is exit backwards.
How many?
Forwards is even easier, and you can easily crush your nose as well, preferably backwards. A very hardy group of young Scots-Irishmen would take the young heart out of a sable palm. They would boil it down with spices, fat, eat it, call it swamp cabbage. Yum, yum.
Back on the road.
They hated that big government so much, they were always moving so quickly, pushing their cattle and families in thatched roof huts so quickly, they would always stay just out of reach of the long arm of the law. They were so accurate with their bullwhip, which they could kill a bird in flight, rattle their snake off the ground, enjoy a Morse code if they ever got lost in the forest. They were so loud with their pushing their cattle down here. They were so loud the ancient Spaniards would call them. Any guesses?
Crackers.
What? That's right. Well, in Spanish,
RT.
craqueros. Craqueros. In English is cracker. Where we get the term Florida cracker from? 1821, there was such a terrible viral yellow fever outbreak, it literally depopulated the city down by 1/3. Roman Catholic Spain sold Florida territory to Protestant USA, therefore that same year, therefore the vast majority, well not therefore, I know for a fact the vast majority were forced to use wooden crosses. Well today, what do we know about wood? Today we know wood does not last so long in this terribly humid environment. Huguenot Cemetery. What happens is they even have St. Augustine is the saint of about a dozen things. They especially mention the saint of brewers. There's Henry VIII and the 5 wives, even Anne Boleyn, as well as my favorite pirate, Johnny Depp. They moved him to the inside.
I think this
Please
number 4,
exit backwards ladder style, hanging on to the uprights and handles. There are called pomegranates, which
What is it, candy store?
Yep,
if you
the
glance
Black
to my
Parrot
right,
Candy
you
Shop.
notice we did pretty well with fertility.
Candy.
We're the oldest continuously occupied city in the nation. And just beyond that amazingly giant anchor is the oldest wooden schoolhouse.
Trying to get up.
St. Photius Greek Orthodox Shrine, where you can see how the Menorcans worshipped our Lord and Savior
like a
Jesus
Bourbon
Christ
Street.
with frescoes of Christ in the early church, as well as an audible museum called the Jewel at St. George Street. St. Photius Greek Orthodox Shrine. Please exit to your right. Only my tip to you is exit to your right.
Number 5,
Obviously, pedestrian mall has food and shop. No loud talking, drink, or drinking or smoking alcohol.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one is the latest attraction. It's called the Pirate Treasure Museum with over 800 authentic piratey artifacts, 20 interactive immersive experiences, 1 of 3 Jolly Rogers flags, and the world's only pirate treasure chest, even a Disney room at the end separating fact from fiction, as well as Johnny Depp's sword. Dana Campbell's and flag. Over here to my right is the Colonial Experience, a 35-foot climbing tower, Spanish taberna, as well as not 1, not 2, but 300 years of colonial history squeezed into the 2 big, beautiful giant anchors called Colonial Corridor. Please wait for that bell. Once the bell dings, exit backwards, ladder style, hanging on to the uprights and handles.
Hey.
Number 6.
There's an incredibly large collection of flags starting here. By the way, my name is Titus, or Mr. T, because the 1980s were good to me. As we depart historic adventure tour, I want you to glance over to your left. In 1668, a deadly pirate by the name of Robert Searles attacked and burned down a midnight.
It looks so beautiful over there. Wow.
The first one made of stone, the Queen Regent of Spain commissioned it to be built because it's made of coquina, crushed shells and limestone.
Wow, look at that boat.
It's a soft cannonball, bounce off for sinking, therefore it's not a craft factory taking a battle, making it the very oldest stone fort in the nation, finished being built in 1793. So many prisoners, even hundreds of prisoners, even Geronimo's wife and son. As prisoners also housed up to $800 billion worth of treasure, gold, silver, precious gems, spices, and exotic goods.
Like a hotel.
It is a hotel. That's
traffic lane to the left, preferably exit only to the right. My tip to you is exit only to the right. All aboard, all ashore.
What it is?
7.
Number 7.
The street is so incredibly narrow on purpose because the narrowness naturally increases sea breeze, causing a natural air conditioning effect to the ancient hot city of St. Augustine. It also made it much harder to attack, Especially
Ooh, look at the street. So small. It's like you almost could touch the side.
Squeeze down these ribs with discombobulate the troops. And it was hard to shoot, aim, kill anyone with an inaccurate muskets on these curvy, narrow roads. St. Augustine always has been a mixture of architecture, starting with Spanish going to British.
Something smells so good.
Thatched roof huts, because the entire city was burned down
Something
twice by
smells really good.
Once by the French, once by the British. They
Say it
switched from thatched roof huts to stone houses. They open up doors and windows to let the cool sea breeze in to the Spanish gardens and the ocean. Barnyard animals and mosquitoes would also come right in. Therefore, they would put a fire pit in the middle. It would kill the mosquitoes. It would also kill the newborn infant babies. Not a very good trade-off. In 1753, when the British took over, they replaced fire pits for fireplaces.
Feet store right
glass,
there.
doors and
And
windows that
massage.
always remained closed all the time. They would swing open to roads like Hypolar Road that we're on now. They also built more 2 stories of wood. And a 2-story wood. We have our very own family-owned, family-run since 1905 Columbia restaurant, serving up a delicious Cuban sandwich and salad. Oldest, therefore, the most popular restaurant in the entire ancient city. Please wait for the bell. Exit backwards.
Check it out.
Exiting off right here. It's called Charlie Stop number 8, St. George Hypolar Street. Once you raise your hand, if you know the person amongst the garden, to my right, right.
8.
7 hits in less than 7 seconds. You better look at her. First one is, it's Ferdinand and Isabella. It's also a beautiful example of where the ancient Spaniards would open up doors and windows, allow that cool sea breeze to increase in speed, zooming right into their doors and windows. All aboard, all ashore. My name is Titus. Over here to the right, originally with the Spanish quarter. After that, it was the Menorcan quarter. Menorca, the tiny Spanish Mediterranean.
Look how big it is.
With
We
Spain
didn't
and
even
Italy.
get that far
There were
through here
Spaniards,
yet.
Italians, Greeks, collectively called Menorcans. The British forced or tricked them over here in the 1860s. But 1866, a Scottish doctor by the name of Andrew Turnbull had an indigo plantation about 60 miles to the south of here. Today I call it New Smyrna. It was a complete, utter, miserable failure. Out of 1,500, 900 Menorcans starved to death. The remaining 600 Menorcans marched up here under the leadership of Father Pedro Camps, who's definitely my hero. But you see, they first sent a dozen scouts to see if they could stay up here without starving to death, because they could, and because they stayed here to the right of what originally was the Spanish quarter, and because they still share an integral part of our culture even to this day, and because they stayed even after the British left before the Spanish returned during the Second Spanish period, we are therefore then defined as the oldest continuously occupied European settlement city in the whole entire nation. Here to my right is a big, beautiful example of what used to be called a Scots-Irish cracker house. Crackers are the original cowboys. 1883, San Marcos so inspired Henry Flagler, he came back, turned this place into a French Riviera. Mark Twain dubbed it the Gilded Age. He had to knock down all of that Methodist church, which the land was worth $4,000. He rebuilt $84,000 on a Grace United Methodist Church, built out of Spanish Renaissance revival style. He actually lost $80,000. I call it $80,000 tithe. Flagler was so generous, he helped the other side of the aisle, even though he wasn't a Catholic. He helped the Roman Catholics rebuild their cathedral basilica in the plaza. The Baptists got so excited to say, hey, Mr. Henry Flagler, slow down. What about us? Flagler said, no, I'm not going to donate you a church. Instead of donating a church, I'll donate a land on 3 conditions. If you build it quickly in less than 2 years, with no bell or bell tower. Ding, ding, ding. You see, Flagler didn't want a bell or bell tower. He lived right on the other side of that church instead. It's a miniature apartment. It's actually the very oldest Southern Baptist church in the whole entire state. Flagler built for James F. Ingram.
The oldest church
in front of me
in the
what I
whole
call the
United
James F.
States.
Ingram House. And he built it for him for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 was he was president of Flagler's Model Land Tracks Company. He's also president of Flagler's Florida East Coast Railway Train Company. Today it's Second Parsons House. First Parsons House, tiny metal door, originally could peer through a window to the left, see the crackling fireplace. Parson is defined as the person who would help out with the local church called left
at the
of
road.
Memorial Presbyterian
Bouncy.
You see Flagler had a wife named Mary Harkness, who had a daughter named Jenny Louise. He grew up with a rich person in New York City. And she eventually had a Marjorie, who lived a whopping 2 hours. That's right, 2 hours. She died. Her mom almost died because of complications. But her mom zoomed down here and died on a very bumpy steamboat just outside Savannah, Georgia.
That is huge.
They got in turn built for Jenny Louise's daughter. To my right, Flagler Memorial Presbyterian Church. It's an exact replica of the original called St. Marcos in
Looks like a
Venezuela that I've
castle.
actually danced under the shadow of.
Oh, that is a college.
Or beautiful.
College
See,
look
that's
like a
blackened
castle.
with age and time. Where this has been refurbished so many times, even during the last hurricane, that tiny spheric cross, if you can see the tiny cross on top, that was knocked down. They put it right back up there. Just afterwards.
You're riding a boot?
If you go to the other side, the lawn on the other side is even more stunning. The inside is the most stunning. There's history, by
Number 9.
giant golden crosses, the best organ in town, as well as 5 songs. First Lady, Mrs. Benjamin Harrison, as well as the Vice President of the United States of America.
Yeah.
There's nobody city in the world where
That's
First Lady and Vice
definitely a big
President came to
college.
visit, making this the world's greatest church. Well, at least Flagler's most beautiful Protestant church. If you don't believe me, you haven't seen the inside. Speaking of Flagler's greatest, directly in front of me,
There's a flag.
what's Flagler's greatest
Oh, yeah, his
hotel?
goes the whole school.
Not even close. All right, it was the world's greatest hotel. It was Flagler's first flagship hotel. It was called Flagler. Well, it wasn't Flagler, but it was Hotel Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon was the
This is their
world's greatest
apartments
hotel,
over here.
especially in 1888. And for at least 2
Probably
reasons: plumbing and electricity.
Dorms.
Plumbing was hot,
Yeah,
cold
gotta be
water in every
dorms.
single hotel room. The electricity started with this giant smokestack, which led to the world's greatest coal-fired generator. I know that because you see today it's enjoyed in the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. It was direct current in the 1880s and 90s, then alternating current. It led to 5 miles of wiring, light bulbs, light switches. Then 1888, everyone thought they would die from electrocution. Therefore, Flagler had to hire his own electric board just to turn the lights on and off. You stayed at this Hotel Ponce de Leon roughly betwixt Christmas and Easter. Price tag $9,000. Adjusted for inflation for today's money, $300,000. Therefore, you never stayed a single night. And once you paid $300,000, wouldn't you want to stay the whole period, Christmas to Easter? Oh yeah. Everyone stayed the full period except 5 sitting presidents. President Grover Cleveland, William McKinley, Theodore Teddy Roosevelt, Warren G. Harding, and Lyndon B. Johnson in the 1960s. First 2 reasons why she was so expensive was that amazing priceless Tiffany glass. It was the world's largest collection of Tiffany glass at the time in 1888. Louis Comfort Tiffany's first grand masterpiece. And it was insured at over $130 million. Even more than that, but I think they just stopped the price after that. Just above it, George Maynard, who painted the most beautiful wing, the Jefferson wing in the Library of Congress in D.C. Here, George Maynard painted the entire history of St. Augustine in illustrations, as well as many, many, many Spanish proverbs. 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. are the tour times. 2 years after the world's greatest hotel, Hotel Ponce de Leon, closed down, Flagler's descendants tried to switch it into a 2-year female school in 1968. You go, good. Nevertheless, 68, 5 years later, 1973, it was then switched to a 4-year accredited co-ed college. Mr. Henry Flagler is always in his prime. He looked up to and looked over to the RINA builder. His friend was a very wealthy businessman. His name was Franklin Smith.
Wow, that's the beginning of the
Smith taught Flagler how to build what was called crushed coquina, poured concrete. You pour it into a giant wooden form, weighing 2 long, miserable days, move the wooden form up, so on and so forth, creating all these lines. It was the first in Florida, one of the first in the entire nation to be crushed coquina, poured concrete. Islamic Moors controlled Spain for literally hundreds of years. This beautiful Islamic Moorish architecture inside and outside.
Museum.
2,500 years ago, there were these spooky 4-foot cats. They made a cat-haired rug. They stole it from an ancient Egyptian pyramid. When they rolled it out, guess what? They found an ancient Egyptian little girl's mummified hand arm. It's right next to cat-haired rug, as if a cat-haired rug's not spooky enough already.
93 keys.
You're not allowed to talk about it on the trolley. I say what happens on the trolley stays on the trolley. Even though there's giant signs saying, curse cat-haired rug, do not touch. Okay, the bell for right now is just going to be ding, ding. All aboard, all short exit backwards, ladder style, hanging on to the upright.
10.
Eventually, Franklin. Beautiful example of the Islamic Moorish calligraphy directly above the door.
It's a beautiful front of
In
that.
front of me and to the right, Otto Leitner's Leitner Museum. The Leitner Museum, founded in 1948. He was already rich. Collected Winston Churchill's World War II giant stuffed lion, as well as ancient Victoriana and toys and
Had to get a good view of the school.
Collection of music boxes. Big off here to my right, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Don't be late. Directly in front of me is the big white beautiful Casa Monica. As a way to compete against Mr. Henry Flagler, the Visa Raider builder Franklin Smith. Here's Raider builder Franklin Smith built it. It was a miserable failure with only 3 guests the first season. Then Flagler bought it, built the walk bridge there to there. That giant white square is evidence of the exact location the walk bridge was torn down, but the Casa Monica was rebuilt to its former glory. Over here to my right, Flagler tore down all of that Methodist church. Land was worth $4,000. He rebuilt Grace United Methodist Church worth $84,000. As a born-again Christian, I like to say he sent it on towards heaven, or is similar to a tithe to Grace United Methodist Church. But as a businessman, why would you lose $80,000? Because he then obtained the world's greatest monopoly with a beautiful fountain in the middle. Behind us, Cordoba, Ponce de Leon, Alcazar. Please wait for the bell, exit backwards, ladder style, hang on to the uprights. You know what it's called? Otto Leitner's Leitner Museum. Trolley stop number 11 Leitner. I remember it.
11, put up your 11. Put up your 1.
I go, where's 11? 11 is at the light.
11.
How can you forget it? Look, my trolley stop, the White House. You know that random place presidents hang out? Oh yeah, we were 5 years ahead of the White House. Therefore, I can with much confidence say the Flagler allowed the world's richest to merely
That's where you need to go, huh?
And enjoy the world's most fun hotel.
Why?
Why was it fun? It was not built for the rich, it was built for the middle class. In order to give more fun to do after dark, the light informal entertainment was, any guesses? Oh, absolutely. It was a gymnasium, a archery range, a bowling alley, a movie theater, Turkish dry heat, Russian steam bath, large casino, and the world's largest indoor swimming pool. Shallow end, an entire city block to the left, deep end. Just above it was an entire ballroom dance floor, orchestra, an entire food room to let the sulfur smell out. 4 giant asphalt tennis courts, introduction of newfangled concept called the bicycle. You see, you had to go to the bike camp, you had to have a license to ride the bike, but not the car. The car was way harder than cars today, but the bike was even way harder than that. Overstore Museum Experience tells you more info about
wake her up.
page history once again. In front of me and to the right, I call it Lincolnville, but during 1866 through the 1870s, it was called Little Africa. This is where emancipated slaves would run to for freedom. Sorry, you get a little carried away. I think William Wallace would have said it the same. William Wallace of Scotland probably would have said it the same way. We were probably the world's best city to help slaves out. Jumping forward about 100 years during the turbulent decade of the 1960s, it was technically illegal for blacks to gather outside in public. I don't think they didn't want to give any power. Therefore, the Christians to the rescue. Christians also had what's called the Underground Railroad, but to my left they had St. Mary's Missionary Baptist, Trinity United Methodist, which opened their doors wide open to teach the blacks the art of nonviolence, both synods and marches. Even the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. came down to visit Dr. Haley's dentist's office because he was NAACP local chapter leader. There's a picture of the Reverend there. The Reverend stayed at Miss Cora Tyson's house. She would feed him, iron for him, push him on before his violent enemies would catch up. I saw her a few days ago. She's still alive and healthy. She used to work in local school system. Cora Tyson actually met the Reverend down at that blue house called Miss May Kelly's boarding house. There's the largest collection of Victorian houses inside the historic district. It also used to be the center of culture and art. Therefore, black performers would come down here and either perform at the local theaters or the part of the Chitlin Circuit at the Oddfellow Lodge. The Reverend himself, after of course his own hometown in Atlanta, Georgia, which doesn't count because he can walk to. Therefore, this is the only road in the world, or the only road in the nation, that the Reverend marched down, if you notice, bearing his name, fighting civil rights, saying things like, I have a dream and a vision. Someday I'll be judged not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. You see, he was a fiery Christian Baptist preacher. He was named after the original medieval German reformer who originally started Protestant Reformation. And Lutheranism, Martin Luther's known for salvation by faith and faith alone. Here to my left, it's called Yalaha. Yalaha is a Seminole Indian word for orange. It's the first of two still intact orange plantations. Eventually, P.B. Dumas bought it. He's half brother of the famous Alexander Dumas, famous author of The Count of Monte Cristo and Three Musketeers. In front of me is Whedon Street. Whedon Street, named after Dr. Frederick Whedon. Frederick Whedon used to live in this Victorian mansion. He was a doctor of Seminole Indian warrior Osceola. I want you to raise your hands if you ever heard of Osceola.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's Osceola. There's Osceola Elementary. There's lots of Seminole Indian warriors and Osceola stuff around here. You see, Osceola was tricked, lied, deceived to September 8, 1883. Under the false flag of truce, United States General Thomas Sidney Jessup then threw Osceola into jail, called the Castile St. Marco Jail. After 3 eternally long, miserable months, him and other Seminole Indian warriors were then transferred up to Fort Moultrie, South Carolina, where he died that exact same month, January 1884. While there was a national outrage, the general was condemned. Osceola was exonerated and given honorable mention in his honorable military funeral for Moultrie, South Carolina. I think that's the most honorable story of the day because Dr. Frederick Whedon, whose house we just passed, stayed with him to his bitter end. Currently, we are on what's called Riberia Street. Everything to our left is industry, industry, industry. In fact, we provided pretty much whatever Mr. Henry Flagler needed as far as industry, even distilled water and ice out of his 1947 Chevy ice plant truck. Here to my left is Ice Plant Dining and Vintage Bar. Thank you all.
Look at that.
Today they also serve vegan, vegetarian, grass-fed beef.
Smell like gas.
Originally this was Florida gas and light. When they invented the light bulb, they switched it from gas to power. Then it was St. Augustine Power Light. Over here on this side is handmade whiskey, gin, tonic, vodka.
Smell it. Smell it.
Please take your poison and walk the plank. But you best be drinking responsibly and decide quickly, because the trolley's about to stop right here. Please exit backwards, ladder stop. I do imagine a large portion you may get off right now. For the same reason, there's smiles coming out of there all day long. Free tour, free test tasting. That's right, free tour, free test tasting. Legally counting this Flagler was the greatest employer, but close second was P.F. Carcava. 1895, P.F. Carcava's tiny cigar factory actually burned down to the ground.
I don't know.
The local bishop said, I got an idea. Why don't you start using my vacant church? My vacated school, sorry about that. Vacant school, so he started rolling cigars so well. Like I'm rolling cigar on my sleeve. He started rolling cigars so effectively, he put the world's greatest hotel, Flagler's Constantly on a sticker on it. Stopped to write on all of his Caballero cigar boxes. Even though he died in 1906, 1907, and 1909. His same company built what we call P.F. Carcava's Soya Carcava Cigar Factory. Right here. At the time, 88% or more were females. But then smaller, more dexterous fingers rolling cigars more effectively. You go, girls. Woo woo! The men would merely open up doors and windows, keep those females cooled off, as well as reading books, novels, magazines, newspapers, keep them entertained and updated. I believe it's called a proctor. That tradition of reading to females rolling cigars was started in Cuba. Might be called a proctor. They had to borrow $13,000 from St. Augustine Board of Trust in order to build the Soya Carcava. Inside the contractor read, you have to roll 8 million cigars in 5 years. They did not, they could not, they went bankrupt. Pammy's and Argonne tried the exact same thing, except with 2 very critical exceptions. Instead of 8 million, 1 million years, I call it 7 million. Instead of 5, 10 years. Twice as long, I call it a decade. They successfully completed their contract, but after those exact same 10 years, when the 1929 stock market crash and with the Great Depression, they were also forced to sell their building. All Cuban cigar industry went back to Tampa Bay, Florida, and eventually back to Cuba. Over here to my right is trolley stop number 13, San Sebastian Winery, literally bragging hundreds of awards because they use the muscadine vape, which actually comes from all the way from Claremont,
This is the wine factory.
They use it for 8 out of 12 wines, as well as 1 grape juice. If you don't believe me, ask Albert Wines. Albert Einstein's distant relative, Albert Weinstein. I know he's a little...
Put your hand down, buddy. You're okay.
Look at those big birds over there.
It's the last free tour, the tour. But you can eat all the chocolate you want to whilst on board. That's where we're headed to next. Directly in front of me, 1880s and 90s. There was so much lumber, introduction of shrimp, warehouses providing whatever Flagler needed for his industry. Also here to my left, originally was, see the 3 arches? Obviously it was a train station with 3 giant train offices behind it. Now why would you put a police station right betwixt winery and distillery? Huh? Maybe because it's a crazy college town, right?
It is crazy.
But in the past, it was
Wine right here, police station right there.
Hospital or Flagler.
That is really crazy. Wine here, police here, to take you to jail right after.
Mr. Henry M. Flagler, you could actually get free medical. Winston Churchill said, try, if you fail first, try again. They must have listened to him because the 3rd time they've been a stunning success and a Whetstone chocolate factory since 1967, family-owned, family-run. You'll see them pour into the die cast at the 4-tier chocolate factory. Tour is not free. It starts just over here to my right. You put on an embarrassing hairnet, have the walk of shame from there over to that side, and after that, it's all chocolatey bliss. You're like, Mr. Titus was just jealous. He wanted to go on the tour as well to get some of those free chocolates. There's everything from chocolate, gelato, fudge, truffles, coffees, even frozen hot chocolate.
Sounds so good.
Tour times today are posted.
14.
Let's get it.
1-2 whilst on board. There behind me to my left is the triplet. See the 3 giant yellow triplet buildings? Today it's Flagler College dormitories, but in the past it was Flagler's Florida East Coast Railway train offices. He bought the trains because he wanted more people to come to his hotels. He asked him nicely several times, as a multi-millionaire, you don't have to beg, you can just buy them out. So he bought all of them out. You see, he wanted a wider gauge in order to allow the world's richest to zoom down here on the nicer, wider, called standard gauge railways. This is narrow, this is standard. He standardized the gauge. The second reason wasn't just for the nicer trains, but also for a horse-pulled railway car. Have you ever seen a horse-pulled railway car? Y'all all are going to have to go visit Flagler's Memorial Presbyterian Church. See a horse-pulled railway car. Before he bought all the 3 train stations, train railways, guess what? It was very bumpy, just like that intersection. All the way around town, for the best 2 ways around town were bumpy steamboats, as well as one-horse open carriage. But he got so excited after that, he built the railway all the way to Miami and Key West. Eventually it was crushed in deadly hurricanes. That bridge to Key West was called the bridge that died at sea. But when he was 83 years old, 1912, the year before he died, he paid a visit, made a statement stating, if I never came to Florida to begin with, I would have died a rich man. I went broke, building all my churches, houses, hotels, and railroads. Here to the left is Markland Orange Plantation. Speaking of one of the world's nicest hotels, the dad was dead during the freeze of 1895. The mom's name was Clarissa Anderson, and all of her oranges from the Neighbor Student Center all the way back to the water. What does a millionaire do when they go broke? Same thing my parents did, they rent rooms out. Therefore, Clarissa Anderson was forced to experiment with borders on the other side of the plaza. With your permission, I'm going to switch over to the history of the plaza. Even the fort as well. The fort had burned down 9 times.
Look at that.
The city had burned down 4 times. They said, that's it, enough is enough. They built everything out of coquina, just crushed shells and limestones. And therefore everything remained permanently, everything I'm about to mention. The fort, the city, the plaza, Cathedral Basilica, the marketplace at the end, and the government house. Today it's also Governor's House, Culture Center, and Museum. The Plaza de la Constitucion was originally the place where you would issue grievances, complaints, comments, civic duties. Which Constitution is it named after? The Spanish Constitution of 1812, coming from that giant white obelisk. We celebrate our Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Federalist Papers, and Independence of Greater Britain with live music right there. That's a Christmas tree. A celebration of 3 Civil War generals and the Civil War Monument. That's a guy doing kung fu fighting. Wait a second. That's a wishing well. And then right up here was the introduction of weights, measures, standardization, temperature, distance, volume, where we had centimeter, meter, and kilometer. They bought and sold everything, even slaves during the British period. Speaking of slaves, see the tiny one right there? It's called the St. Augustine Foot Soldiers. St. Augustine Foot Soldiers, that's where a few white, mostly blacks, waged the war of civil rights during the turbulent decade of the 1960s.
Peace.
Juan Ponce de Leon, in English it's Johnny. Well, he's 4'11". I'm like the Timucua Indians, bigger, taller, stronger, faster. I probably would have called him Little Johnny. Here to my right is Dr. Andrew Anderson's Anderson Circle, the 5th and final war monument, World War II monument by Dr. Andrew Anderson, Anderson Circle. Introduction to Christianity by Pedro Menendez and Father Lopez in 1565 was when the parish first celebrated Christ, but the building itself was built by Mariano Rocha in 1797.
Huh? So we had one of those chairs.
A terrible fire happened in 1878. Therefore, using Henry Flagler's money, New York architect James Renwick rebuilt it. Over here to my right, over here behind me to my right, glance to my right. Who is that guy? That's right, Father Pedro Varela. Varela was so incredibly amazing. He visited Cuba so many times. You know what? They eventually said he taught us how to think. And he fought so incredibly hard for Cuban independence and stated he became the father of Cuban independence. This is the oldest Roman Catholic Church in the entire nation. It is stunning on the inside as well as an amazing view in the second story. Please wait for the bell. My tip to you is exit backwards, ladder style, only to the right. Hanging on to these uprights, as well as the black handles. On the board says the conductor. King and Queen of Spain gave a speech in 2015 from right there. I don't know of any city in the world where a king and queen crossed half the globe to give a speech, making this the world's greatest city. Well, at least the most historical city, especially in this country. See those giant bricks? Those are way larger than regular bricks. They're made of coquina. Limestone and crushed shells from Anastasia Island had to wait a whopping 3 years for them to dry out. All these cannons and cannonballs used to be live and active in Castillo de San Marco Fort. This is the original location of the old jail. Flagler paid $10,000 to have it moved to its current location because it looks so insanely ugly. Where it now looks so incredible. By the way, that 10,000 equals 400,000 in today's money. It looks so down here, and as Paul Harvey says, now you know the rest of the story. This is called Charlie Stop number 16, the beach bus. The beach bus leaves the bottom of the hour like 12:31, 32:30, 3:30, and 4:30 on a one-way trip. Takes, wait for the bell. You can easily crush your nose. So everybody wait for the bell. Now exit back.
So we got off the train,
and we're waiting for our bus to go to Alligator Farm.
and it shows that we're waiting right here. Bam. That is the
2:30.
That is the same sticker that's on us.
2:30.
It's that time. When we get another bus, we're gonna come back. Right?
I like the way she touch me. I like the way she fuck me. Hit it, drop. Hit it, drop.